We're here today with Mr. Essa Kaldari, who is the Chief Executive Officer of the Lusail Real Estate Development Company from Qatar. Welcome to MIPIM.
Thank you. Good morning.
This year at MIPIM, Qatar's got a very impressive and large pavilion. So just tell us a bit about the pavilion you've got here at MIPIM and what are your objectives here?
Well, we've been, as different Qatari companies, been participating in MIPIM for the last few years, be it Qatari Diar in some cases, be it some of our subsidiaries, and even our partners such as Musharib. So what we have decided that in case of, instead of going individually, we will go as one group under Qatar form. And that was decided last year. We worked with our colleagues here in MIPIM, and I think we got a very good location. And we were very successful, I believe we are very successful so far in the participation of MIPIM.
Well, just tell us a bit about, as a development company, what are your main focus projects and what are you doing around the world?
Well, Qatar in general, with different companies under the state of Qatar and even in private sector, we are very ambitious in developing projects. Coming to MIPIM, just to answer your first question, coming to MIPIM is to show our project and what we are doing around the world. Qatari Diar, it's being owned by Qatar Investment Authority, which is owned by the government, is developing different real estate around the world. We are in more than 20 countries, developing more than 30 projects around the world at the moment, other than the projects being developed within Qatar. We are a very ambitious company. We are considered to be in the real estate arm of the state of Qatar. We are trying to diversify our income. At the moment, we are solely depending on oil and gas, but I think the strategy is to go for other sources of incomes.
When you look at a city like Doha and you look at the ways of doing new property developments and ways of regenerating a very ancient city, how do you sort of look at maintaining the cultural heritage of a place and at the same time having new developments? What's your view on that?
I think this is where our logo comes from, the art of development. One of the priorities that we have whenever we go, not only in Qatar, whenever we go to any country, we try to preserve the heritage and the theme of that country. Coming back to Doha, this is what we are trying to do. We're trying to preserve our heritage by maintaining our architects, by having local architects participating in all our projects to give it the feel of our local heritage.
Because it is, with more and more globalization and companies that are working across the globe, having a local sense of and a local feeling to property developments, it's increasingly quite important, I think. Do you think that this is something that is going to be, if you're looking at the next 5 to 10 years, this will become more important and issues around sustainability are going to become more important?
It is very important. I think it's if for any country, whenever they start developing and going through this globalization and having an international company coming to participate in the development within Qatar, for example, we need to maintain our values and our heritage. I don't see that contradicting with any of the development or even with the need of an international company coming to Qatar in general.
You have big ambitions for Qatar and Doha. It's relatively a small population, but you're playing, with this pavilion, you're on the level playing field with cities like Paris and London. So just talk a bit about what's your vision for Qatar and your vision for Doha in the future.
I think we worked hard for the last few years to develop Qatar under the direction of the government. When we participated in 2022, I think we worked hard. We submitted the best bid, and I don't want to say we were lucky, I would like to say that we will deserve to get to be awarded the bid, and I see the country will be developing for the next decade in a way that is not being done before. Nevertheless, that does not mean that the whole development is taking place only for 2022. A lot of projects were already on the pipeline and is being done. 2022 was one of the things could expedite these projects. Doha will look different in 10 years. I can assure you that.
Well, just touching on that, on the World Cup, and obviously sport has become quite an important driver of property development, and in particularly the big cities that host the Olympics and host the World Cup. There's also a very big challenge associated where you're investing in very large infrastructure, stadiums, of what do you do with that once the event is over. So just tell us a bit about what your plans are and where you see that heading.
As I said, there is a vision of 2030 that the government has. One of the main things that the government at the moment, we have a committee which is overlooking these progresses, and one of the main objective of this committee is to have a legacy. What's the legacy after 2022, and what are the developments that's going to take place at that time, and what's going to happen after that? We've been going around, and I think the committee is going around at the moment and looking after, looking in a different part of the world where they have hosted this, and trying to learn and make sure that they will not take that wrong, let's say, I will not say wrong, but incorrect step that they have taken.
Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. And we look forward to seeing you here for many years in the future.
Yeah, thank you for receiving us.
Thank you.